there, my name is Megan and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the Unpopular Book Opinions tag 2020 edition. I did this tag I think 2 years ago and I just saw Jessie at the Bookish Mom do this tag and I was like, I really need to do a 2020 version of this tag because as you read, you get new answers to the questions, so I thought it would be a lot of fun. So this tag consists of 9 questions and I'm kind of nervous to get into it, but let's just get started. Question number 1 asks, what is a popular book or series that others seem to like, but you don't? I'm going to have to go with Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I tried to read this last October. I got through like 60 to 70% of this book and called it a DNF. I like Leigh Bardugo quite a bit. I own 6 of her books and I just could not get into this story. I really did not connect with Alex as a character. I really did not connect with her backstory. And I felt like the most interesting character, who was Darlington, was not present enough. I did really enjoy the paranormal aspects, but I think just the fact that I couldn't connect with the main character or the type of person that she was just ruined the whole story for me. So I don't want to discourage people from reading it because you might absolutely love it. It just wasn't for me personally. Question 2 is a book or series that many people don't like but that you love. And for this, I'm going to go with An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. This is a YA fantasy. Last year, her new release, Sorcery of Thorns, just blew up on BookTube and everyone was giving it 5 stars and ranting and raving about it. And I read that book and I'm like, this first book of hers is so much better, and I actually have the reverse opinion. I really enjoyed this and I didn't really enjoy Sorcery of Thorns. First off, I really like Margaret Rogerson's writing style. It is a bit flowery, but in a good way. I love the descriptions. I really liked the relationship between our 2 main characters, the female and the male fae, and I liked the theme that looks aren't everything, because in this world, fae can glamour themselves, but underneath, they're not very attractive beings. And our main character falls in love with this fae anyway, despite his physical appearance. She sees the good in him and that kind of thing. So I really like those themes, which I feel like are not really portrayed in YA literature that much. Additionally, a lot of people said that this story had insta-love in it, and there was an initial attraction between our 2 main characters, but later on in the story, Isabel, our protagonist, even acknowledges the fact that it was just physical attraction. So I don't understand why people say that it was love at first sight when she acknowledges, oh no, it was just physical attractions. Question number 3 is a love triangle where the person ended up with someone you didn't want them to, or an OTP that you don't agree with. And for this, I'm going to choose the Remnant Chronicles by Mary E. Pearson. This did have a love triangle in the first book, and I think maybe the second one too, same love triangle. And it was done in a very well way with regards to the different POVs that we have in book 1. There are 2 males that are in love with Leah, but we don't know who's who. And I thought that was very unique, which kind of allowed me to enjoy the love triangle. But the person that Leah ended up with, I actually didn't really like him. I thought he was a bit boring and I just really didn't feel their connection that much. So I definitely wish she would have ended up with the other character instead. Question 4 is, what is a genre that you don't normally reach for? For me, that would be adult romance, especially smut. Also horror. I don't think I've actually read like a real horror book in a long time. I think I've read maybe 1 in my entire life. So definitely horror and definitely adult romance, especially smutty romance, I don't ever reach for. Question 5 asks, what is a popular character that you do not like? And I'm going to go with Louise, or Lou, from Serpent and Dove. I really did not like her. I just thought that she was so immature and so selfish, and she was always picking on Reed and calling him names, and I really did not like her. I didn't think she was strong. I didn't think she was intelligent. I just did not like her, obviously. So if I had to choose a character that really grated on my nerves, it would definitely be Louise. Question number 6 is, what is an author that you can't seem to get into? And this answer actually has not changed from when I did this tag originally, and that is Sarah J. Maas. I used to own the first 2 books in the Throne of Glass series. I read them, I thought they were okay, and then I got the 3rd book from my library and then just decided not to continue. And then a friend gave me this book and I read it and I enjoyed it. And I thought, well, maybe Sarah is kind of maturing in her writing style and she's growing as an author. So I got the 2nd book and I disliked it so much. I really did not like it. I ended up DNFing almost the way through and then unhauling all of her books, and the only reason I'm keeping this one is because it was a gift. So definitely an author that I cannot get into. I can't get into her characters. I feel like her stories are just convoluted, and I really wish I did like her books because they are so popular, but I just can't. Question 7 asks, what is a popular book trope that you're tired of seeing? For this, I'm going to go with when male and female characters are portrayed as only being strong if they are physically strong. I feel like not enough characters are shown that they have strength if they are mentally strong or emotionally strong, because all of those things together make a person strong. If you are just physically strong, but like you can't handle stress or trauma well, then you're going to have difficulty getting through certain situations. So I feel like strength needs to be kind of more of a broad term with regards to what makes a character strong. Question number 8 is, what is a popular book that you have no interest in reading? And I'm going to have to go with Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. I know that this is her adult work, and if it's anything like her Court of Thorns and Roses series, I just have a feeling that it's going to be very romance heavy and very smutty, and I don't think I can handle that right now. I know that it is a paranormal romance, which I don't read, I guess, hardly any of, so I don't think this is a book that I'm going to be picking up. Question number 9 says, the book is always better than the movie. What is a TV adaptation or movie adaptation that you thought was better than the book? And for me, I'm actually going to go with The Witcher. I read Blood of Elves last year by Andrej Sapkowski, and I thought it was just okay. I gave it 3 stars, and I know that that's not technically the first book in the series and that the first 2 books are a compilation of short stories, and I'm thinking maybe I just should have started there because the Netflix show kind of starts there, which makes sense. And I've also never played the video game, but I just read Blood of Elves, and I thought it was a bit boring. I felt like the translation from, I think, Polish to English was just a bit awkward. Some of the word choices for me were kind of like, why would you choose that word? There are like so many other synonyms you could have chosen that had different connotations and would have fit better in the sentence. So it was just awkward for me to read. And I also didn't feel a big connection to Geralt at all. So I wasn't planning on continuing the series, but I really did like the TV show. I thought it was interesting. I liked the magic in it. I liked the characters. So I know I'm going to be watching. All right, you guys, so that is it for my Unpopular Opinions Tag 2020 version. Let me know in the comments if you have read any of these books and what your thoughts are about them, or if you have any unpopular opinions of your own. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so by hitting that subscribe button, as well as the little bell icon so you can be notified every time I post new content. I post new videos every Sunday, and sometimes I post bonus videos in the middle of the week, and I will see you soon with another one. Goodbye.